What is happening, guys? I do welcome to my channel. It's your boy and I'm back again. So I'm excited because we're doing the Rolls-Royce series on how to save your money. So right now, guys, we're looking at the economy going down. A lot of people that own mortgages will find that the costs are rising up because the Bank of England had to raise some interest rates, which means if you're on a variable loan, which means when the economy was doing quite well, the rates were low, but now the rates have gone up. So people are seeing their mortgage premiums go up by £220 each month, which is a lot of money. The Bank of England is raising interest rates. There's been some geopolitical issues globally which have affected energy. So all these things mean that your money has got less power. Inflation's gone up through the roof. So how do you save your money? That's the key question. So this is how I think I'm just gonna look at this series. I look at this episode specifically as an everyday or a weekly basis attitude change. So you've got to change your attitude towards money. If you've been somebody that's been spending money and the last week before payday you've got 50 to 60 pounds left or slightly less, you have to change your your attitude towards money. You've got to learn what is money. So money is a substance which helps to exchange goods and services. So the more money you've got, then the more services you're able to consume, or the more physical things you're also able to buy as well. So money in essence gives you options, right? So the less money you have, then the less options you have. So we'll speak about, I think, a lot of things which we do sometimes without noticing, or a lot of bad habits. Now, if you work a 9 till 5, you'll find that sometimes, you'll do this. Even I've done it before. So we'll look at people that, go to work every single day. Now, I know post-COVID, a lot of people now work from home, so it's a lot cheaper in terms of your food that you consume. But at the same time, the costs do rise in terms of energy usage as well. So how do you then navigate and try and save money? So if you still go to the office 9 till 5, then I will say, don't buy food from these delis or these supermarkets. Take your food from home. You can go and buy your loaf of bread, buy some filling, and make some sandwiches. Get some fruits as well from somewhere like Lidl for as little as £15 a week. Because if you buy a coffee each morning on your way to work, let's say you get a small coffee or whatever, you're talking about £2. Then you get to work, then for lunch you're going to buy a sandwich, get a coffee as well. That's probably another £4. That is £6 already. So you times that by 5 days, that's £30, 35. You times that by 4, you're talking about £140, £145. If you save that money at the end of the year, you've got well over £1,600, which you can then invest in stocks and shares, whether short-term stocks or long-term stocks. You can even buy government bonds, you can buy corporate bonds. You can invest that money and keep doing that for 5 years or 10 years, and you can have a chunk of money which you're able to use, whether towards deposit for a house. So it's all about looking at different little habits that we do on a daily basis. I think once you start changing your lifestyle on a daily basis, then you'll be able to notice a difference after 5 to 6 months. And also, if you work from home, I will suggest that you probably wear some extra clothing and layers. So now we're moving towards winter time in the UK. I do apologize for the lighting, but it is what it is. We'll make the best with what we've got. So if you work from home a 9 till 5 or whatever shift that you do, in the UK it is getting colder, in Europe it's getting colder. I would suggest that instead of you turning on the heating, you might want to put on some extra layers and wear some thicker socks. And maybe you can schedule your radiator or your heater in your room to turn on maybe at intervals. It could be like maybe every hour it turns on for 15 minutes, then it turns off, and then you're able to use that heat. So if you do that cycle, then it kind of helps as well. And also, I do this sometimes. I think I do it all the times. I leave the TV on standby. With energy prices going up, it's very important that you choose the right energy supplier. There's companies out there that can actually help you to find a much cheaper energy supplier. Now, I know the government's capped the energy rise to £2,500, and they are giving £400 back as well, which is helpful, I guess. But also you can also look for a new supplier and change your supplier, whether you use gas or electric or both, we use electric, and our electricity is kept at a certain price, which is, you know, a privilege, especially nowadays when you hear people complaining quite a lot. So yes, turn off the TV from the plug, from the socket, turn off the Wi-Fi from the plug as well. Make sure you turn off your plugs that you're not using that are on. That still does consume electricity as well. And also another option as well that you can do if you spend a lot of time in the house is you can actually watch from your phone or watch from your tablet, whether you're streaming on Netflix, Hulu, Prime, because when you watch from a TV, it does eat more electricity. I know that like these TVs nowadays are a lot more energy efficient, but it's more efficient to watch from your iPad or from your tablet and then recharge it if you need to. So also, you know, another important thing as well is you can also consider, you know, food shopping somewhere else cheaper as well. Now it's getting harder to find places that are cheap to buy food. Before you could go to Lidl, Aldi, but now they're also raising the prices as well. So what you can do is you can look online at different supermarkets and then just choose the ones that are cheaper. And also you can change from buying branded food to buying supermarket branded food as well. I know it's gonna, you know, be a bit of a challenge, but you've got to do that as well. And also on the weekends, a lot of us in Britain, we love to go out with our friends, you know, and, you know, go for some drinks and food. And I suggest maybe you scale back, because a typical food and drink outing can cost you about £100. And if you're doing that maybe say twice a month, that's £200 already. If you scale back to go out just once a month, and then the other weekends, what you can do is you can invite your friends over to make some pizza, play some games that can help you save some money. And also when it comes to buying clothes as well, buy during sale. I know sometimes on a Friday, certain people get paid every Friday. You might see some, you know, some tempting deals out there, but also look on Depop, look at things that have been pre-owned. And we are seeing a lot of people are now buying, like, you know, reused clothing. It's not embarrassing to buy from charity. Look at charity shops, look at vintage shops out there. Buy stuff, you know, for a cheaper price, which you spend even more money trying to buy. I see people like on YouTube that wear vintage Prada, vintage Balenciaga, which has only cost them like, you know, a fifth of the original price. So you can look nice and, you know, buy for a cheap price as well. And also there's some free gigs or some free events as well. You can just look locally. You can do raffles for certain events. For example, I go watch the Newcastle Eagles basketball team, and we do a raffle where we actually win raffle for tickets, which is free, and we're able to go for a good night out. So things like that, when you start to, you know, take a look back and then, you know, look at your budget, do a spreadsheet budget for each month. Look at how much is coming in, look at how much is coming out. There's things like Netflix. If you've got Netflix, Amazon Prime at the same time, choose one of them. Don't just have multiple streams and you find that you're not watching all of them as well, because you're coming from work, you're probably watching for 3 hours and you're going to sleep. So it's not good enough to have multiple streams. And also I'd also suggest that if you're a gamer and you like playing video games, I know FIFA's just come out, FIFA 23 has just come out, that can actually consume a lot of electricity as well. And also you're buying, you know, in-game, you know, products and services which can cost extra money. So if you're a gamer, do try and take a little break, do go out for a little walk. You know, it helps to recharge you as well. So it's not all about just gaming. And also another thing that you can do as well is you can try and have a side hustle which can help you save money. So side hustles could be whether you do internet surveys that can help you make some money. So ultimately, when you do what I've told you, you will notice that you'll make maybe £150 to £200 savings a month. And when you're making those sort of savings, you're talking about 2,000 plus that you're saving each year, I beg your pardon. With that money, you can buy crypto, you can buy, you know, stocks such as ETFs. So with these stocks, you know they're always going to go up. You can buy stocks in the S&P 500, you can buy stocks in the FTSE 100. And especially now in this recession, we're seeing like house prices, you know, are going to go down by 10%. You know, that means it's a good time to start saving now if you're not a house owner, and then you're able to buy the house, you know, for a better price when they go down. So it's just like, it's a good time. It's a good time. It's a bearish market, but you find there's a lot of companies that make a lot of money. So we'll talk about how to invest during recession as well. So this is the end of the video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. You found the facts helpful. Thanks for watching, guys. I peace them out. Make sure you guys subscribe. Much love.